Okay, this one is just going to be a walkthrough of how to make a game like Cookie Clicker. The game that we did before was the quiz game. In that one, I showed you how to use classes. So you could define like a question for a quiz game, and then you could define how that works, and then make as many questions as you want. So you define the class, and then you make instances of that class. That's what it's called when you make a version, a clone. They're called instances. And when you create a new instance, you're instantiating a question. So we went over that, and the game was pretty basic because it didn't do anything unless you clicked. And then when you clicked, it moved on through the list of questions. So it sort of taught you about objects, how you define a class for an object, how do you instantiate objects, and it's also showed you how to store things in a list and walk through the list, and how to make buttons. In this next one, it's going to be Cookie Clicker. So at first, it's kind of like that, where you click, and the game won't really do anything unless you click. But you can purchase upgrades, and then it starts working automatically. You start automatically acquiring as time goes on. So we're going to work with that. So I'm going to make a new project here, and it'll be HTML5 CSS. I'm going to call this Monotony, not Monopoly, but a monotonous, tedious, repetitive game, which is so much fun. So we'll create that. And here we go. I don't think I'm going to go over that crazy with the graphics or anything. Just want to get the code going. So I am going to just make a little thing here. I don't know what we want. Div. Sorry. This will have the ID of button. Click for cookies. That'll be a button, and then we will have a div, or maybe a span, since they are inline. We'll have two of them. Sorry, not doing well today. We'll have two spans. One will say you have, well, maybe three spans. So that will say you have so many cookies. So at the start, you will have 0 cookies. Let me hide this so that you can see it sort of in line. I don't need that big of a window in the game. All right, so this is what I've got. A div with ID equal to button, and it should have that. This is my button. And then span, you have 0 cookies. So I've got 3 spans. This one creates the first part of the sentence. This one creates the second part of the sentence. This one in the middle contains the number, and this one is going to regularly update. So I need to access this with code, so I'm going to give it an ID so I can find it. We will say count, and so we're going to put an event listener on the button div. We're going to make it fatter, give it some color, whatnot, and then this sentence underneath it will just tell you how many cookies you have, and as you get more, we'll keep updating this span. We'll keep writing the inner HTML to say whatever number of cookies you have. So I'm going to go over to style now, make it look a little prettier. I don't know. Body. We're going to set attributes for the body. We're going to set attributes for the button, and we're gonna, yeah, we'll make the number of cookies a little bit bigger. No, I actually, we're not gonna do anything like that. I think this looks fine. So for the body, I'm gonna say background, we'll make it a dark grayish blue. So maybe 9A. I'll just say text align center because why not? Let's see how that looks with the black text. Maybe we'll go white text. Or wheat. We'll have it be wheat. No, we want white. I think that looks good. The button, its color should be black, I'd say. No, we'll do white still. So I don't need to set it, it'll stay white since the whole body is white for text. I'm going to make it have fatter font. So font size, I don't know, 30 point. And padding, that's extra space inside the cell. We'll say 20 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I wanted to give it a background color. We'll make it a sort of a faded green. So that looks good. Yeah, let's make it darker. So let's try yeah. There we go. Maybe make this background a little bit darker too. Whoops. I want it more grayed out than that. Yeah, whatever. Maybe the button will have it light up a little bit when you hover over it. Third time's a charm. We'll have it be, that's not good. Do I like that? Too much color. That's good. Okay, so you can click it. I think that's good. So now we can go over to our scripts and we can start scripting. The first thing we're going to want to do is put an event listener on the button. So I'm just going to say document dot on. Oh, actually, we want the button. So var b. I guess I'll just call it b. Equals document dot query selector, and we will get the button, and then b dot on click should be a generic function. I guess I probably want a semicolon here maybe. And we're just going to say get a cookie. So I should probably also keep track of cookies equals 0 at the start. When I click the button, cookies plus plus. And then let's have it always say, this is kind of a bit ridiculous, but I think it'll be okay at the end. Bar cookie refresh. that'll be a loop. So I'm going to say set interval. Inside of here, there are two parts. One is how many, I think, milliseconds you wait. So I'll do this very rapidly. We'll rapidly update this. And inside of here, we'll say a generic function. So a function goes in here. That function, I will make a little block of space here, and it will just say well, yeah, we'll just say document dot query selector hashtag what was that, count dot inner HTML equals cookies. Now that should make the beginning of our game. I can click, and I'm having a lot of fun.